Hello. It's Teach Me Nana, but I have a surprise today. Zoe is joining us today because she's visiting with Nana for a few weeks. So I'm excited because the two of us be together creating, and we have some things to share with you. If you missed out on doing the paper pumpkin yesterday, because yesterday was the deadline for the in color expressions. If you missed out on this, Stampin' Up! Does have a coordinating stamp set to go with that, and Zoe and I have already been creating with that. It's called Expressions in Ink. It's beautiful, beautiful paper. So if you missed out on the paper pumpkin kit, there is a coordinating paper, and I have to tell you, Zoe's been teaching Nana a few things because here's a beautiful butterfly that she cut out and did with that beautiful paper. So it picks up the gold, it just makes a very beautiful butterfly. And we've been busy playing around. You'll learn more about this later on, but we made a card here. See if I can get that right, hold it steady. And she made not only one card, but she made a little bitty one to match it too. So whoop whoop. So with that, we're gonna move on with this today's with our third alternate card from our May Paper Pumpkin Batter Up, because it's a great thing to finish up if you haven't finished up now, because Father's Day is next weekend, right? All right, so you can have one ready for your dad, but it'll be a surprise because he won't know which one, right? All right, with that, let's go ahead and get started with what we got going today. All right, and Zoe and I are going to be sharing, because sharing is caring. Oh, can I fix that for me? All right, Nana just pulled off the camera, and my handy dandy technology expert here is gonna fix it. Are you gonna fix it? I'll hold it there for you. Is that where the thing came off? No. All right, let's see. All right, I have to take my hands off. All right, she's going to take my hands off. All right, so she's going to fix the technology for us. Well, while she's fixing the technology there and going around the room, all right, so we will be doing on Sunday, June 27th. You got it? All right, we'll be doing Zoe and Nana stamping live as soon as she gets along, if I don't destroy the camera again. I'm telling you, you and Aunt Jennifer are going to straighten me out yet. All right, so we'll be on Sunday, June 27th, live at 4 o'clock. And that's all right. She's smiling and giving the peace sign because everybody loves Nana, but Nana, I don't know what it is about me and the technology here lately, but we've been having an adventure, a totally different adventure. All right, so here's what we're making today. So yes, we're going to do some fussy cutting, and yes, we are going to take apart some cards. So the first thing that we're going to start off doing is we're going to put this aside, and we're going to start off by making sure that we fold our cardstock. So this is the cardstock that we're using from the kit. So all you're going to do is take it and fold it in half and just crease it. Get this crease down over there. Yep, because I did some of hers for her last night because she helped me out with technology. I helped her out for prepping for today. So yes, this is what we're going to start with. So just set that aside a moment. And then what we're going to do is we're going to take one of the envelopes. So this is the envelope we're going to pull out. And what we're going to do is we're going to cut this apart. We did this last week, and we're doing that again this week. So I'm going to take my cutter out. And here's Zoe's super good. I'm going to share with her. And all we're going to do is we're going to cut off the blue liner of this here, because this is what we're going to use. And we're going to use the white part also. The white part we're going to use to sit there and do some stamping in a minute. I've already pre-done it, but I tell you what, it's just easier for me to do it this way. I'll just cut the edges off on both sides. I just sort of like to slice and dice and cut it all up. Makes it easier. Throw my little trash away. And then I end up with this here. And you know what, I can leave it for this at the moment. I need it. So if you see on the example here, one of the pieces I'm going to have is actually this is cut out from the envelope right here. So this is just 1/4 inch less than 4 1/4 by 5 1/2. So I'm actually going to cut this paper down to a 4 by 5 1/4. But actually, I'm just going to see here. Just come over here and do 4 inches. And do not throw anything away because we'll need to use it next week when we make the 4th one. And then we're going to take this down to 5 1/4. I just want it a 1/4 of an inch, basically shorter. If I did a little bit shorter than that, it's okay. We'll deal with it. All right, and then last thing I need to cut again is this right here because we're going to use it, but I'm going to square it off some. You're going to have to square off your own. I didn't square yours off. I didn't cut yours up. But we're just going to square it up is all we're going to do. And then from this example here, and if you look at here at the example, you can take it and measure it. You have a measuring on your ruler in your kit. If you don't have one, then if we can take it here and we see here, this is an inch. We measure it up. So all I'm going to do is take this here and I'm going to put it on the inch line here and we're going to cut it. If I can get that straight. Yeah. Okay. All right. So now we have all the pieces that we're going to cut for our project. So, oh, no, we do have one more. The last one I forgot about is we're also going to use the tag here. So this is in the kit. And so what I did is I'm going to cut it off. I'm going to cut off an inch of it. And we can double check that because this here, girl, you need some caffeine? Yeah. You didn't have enough caffeine? All right, so this is actually, when you measure it to the tip, it's 2.5 inches. So if you look at my example here, I know it's hard to tell, maybe a little bit, so I'm just sort of spot checking it. So when you look at this here, I cut off an inch to get to 1.5 inches is what I have here. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm just going to turn around here this way so you can see it. And we're just going to cut off an inch. All right, now I have all the pieces cut. So we're going to be using this piece here, and this piece we're going to save for next week. All right, now we have all of our cutout pieces. So now we're going to do our stamping. We're going to do that before we do our assembly. So for our stamping, I sat there and already cut out 2 hats because I'm only going to fussy cut one today, but they were all fussy cut out. I'm going to borrow yours. I can't find mine. Oh wait, I found mine. All right. So I've already fussy cut this one. I'll put them on color so you can see it. This one, and I haven't fussy cutted this one yet. But I did stamp them, and just to show you, the reason why I always tell you to get a white piece of paper is so that you can see what it looks like when you stamp the first color and the second. So I sort of did this up here in this corner here. Let's see if I can get it where you can see it better. Okay, so right up here is where I set up there, and here's my first stamp, and you see the difference in colors when I did the second stamp off. And I'm just going to demonstrate that again real quick for you, just so that you have it. So when we ink, again, you can do it either way. You can take it like this, and ink it like this. Make sure you just get it real good, or if you prefer to do it this way, it works well too. Just go all the way around and make sure you get it coated really good. All right, and then we're going to stamp. And there's the first stamp. Here's the second stamp. And I show you that because you may find that if you can see a little bit better, is the thing is that in many instances, Nana likes second stamp. Not all, but in many cases I may or may not. But it gives me choices and gives me 2 colors basically. It looks like 2 colors when it's really not. And we're going to be sure to clean off our stamps. Keep it nice and neat for the next person that wants to use them. Okay, so we do that. So I'm just going to finish up the stamping. So the only other thing I have left to stamp is this right here. And we're going to stamp on here, All Star. And I already have it laid out. And instead of granddad, like we did in the example, we're going to do dad. All right, so we're going to do first the all-star, and then we're going to do dad. Let's see. Girl, it is only noon time. It is not nap time yet.
I am an owl.
You are an owl?
Not an early bird.
No, you are not an early bird. Okay. All right, so Nana's just going to center this. All right, and then we're just going to ink up Dad. For some people, there isn't enough caffeine. All right, so normally I just do that 3 times, so I just do a little bit extra because I can. And again, I'm just going to center Dad. All right, so I've got the stamping done. So the next thing we're going to do is we're going to do the fussy cutting on a hat, as I see my stamp here. And you can bring your scissors. I'm going to use some smaller scissors because when I fussy cut, I like to use smaller scissors because I can maneuver better with them. So I'm just going to put this aside so you can see. So fussy cutting is nothing more than we're just going to cut this out, but we're going to leave just a little bit of the white on this particular one trimmed there. And we're just going to go smoothly. We're just going to follow the lines the best we can. It's not perfect. It's okay. The only one that's going to know is you, unless you tell everybody. Sometimes I tell everybody just so I can show them. And other times I do not, because I don't have to. So that is your choice. Yeah, so we're going to fussy cut, yes. You're so silly, girl. Oh my gosh. So be sure to tell us hi if you're out there. So we can be sure to say hi back and know you're there. Okay, there you go. The scissors to fussy cut. Alright, so we have all 3 of these cut out now. And you see, nothing's perfect. They're very similar, but nothing's perfect. They're not exactly the same, and that's A-okay. We're not going to sweat the small stuff. So I'm just actually going to maybe trim this a little bit more because I can see, I don't know if you can see it, but like I've got the edge here and this here, and I didn't realize I had that. So I'm going to just trim it off a little bit, and actually I will use the scissors because it's just as easy to use my scissors as it is to use the cutter at this point. You know, I didn't see that, but I can see it now that I got closer to my eyes. Yeah, it's in my face, right?
Like, it'd be like 2 inches away.
Alright, so it's in my face now, yeah. Alright, there you go. Okay, so we're going to, so you see when you line this up here, that's what it's going to look like. So you can see it's just a little bit different than my original one, and that's okay. See, you look what I originally did. I just had that much showing. This one I've got a little bit more red showing, and that's okay. Each card you make isn't going to be exactly the same. That's what makes creating so fun, because it's not always exactly the same, but it's close. It's going to look the same. It's going to be a little different, and that's what we're looking for. So we're going to use the string here. Now I've got this yellow string here. This came out with March paper pumpkin kit. That's why I tell you to save all these things, because we're going to use this right here because I think it looks really nice. And it's going to go with my yellow hat, yeah. And all we're going to do is we're going to trim it here. I'm just sort of lay it out how I want it, and knowing that I'm going to tuck it under, and my hats will help hold it down too. So I'm just going to do it about this much right here. Let's see if I can measure that out for you. All right, that's right, it's 6 inches. For those of you that need an exact measurement. And I'll snip it a little bit further just so it can be about 6 inches. And then we're going to turn around and use the glue dots to hold this down. Here's my glue dots. What do you think, Zoe?
Mm-hmm.
Still thinking about it? Mm-hmm. Still working on waking up about it?
Mm.
All right, so there's glue dot number 1. I'm just going to hold on to it a second there. I'm not going to stick it to anything. Here's glue dot number 2.
Yum, yum, yum,
Oh my
yum,
God. You're so funny. All right, so all I'm going to do is flip it over. We're going to put the glue dots with the string on the back side of the card so it won't be seen on the front side where we've attached it. Okay, and I'm just going to stick it down right about there so I can correct anything I want with my hats. And here's my other side of the string, and again we're going to take this off just so glue dot is sticking on one side and it's just got the paper protecting it from the other. And then we're going to sit up here and put this on here. Alright, that's what it looks like on the back side, and we're going to flip it over, and this is sort of what it looks like on the front side. So it's a little loose, and I can tighten it up as much as I want when I sit there and put it down. I was trying to see. Yep, so we're going to put this down. Yep, we're going to put this down. I'm going to put this down with some glue dots. This card right now, because everything else is stamped, everything else is cut. So we're just going to put glue dots down here. And you can also use some adhesive. I didn't come with this, but you can use, we've actually got the, hold on there, we also got this, I can reach it. So it's almost done. So Stampin' Steel, can use a Stampin' Steel, but we're using the dots right now because these are what come with the kits, and there's plenty left over. And if you didn't feel like you didn't have enough this time, you'll have stuff from last month's kit and the month before that. There's always plenty of glue dots in these kits. And as well as the dimensionals. There's always plenty of dimensionals, so you always have them left over to use. Oh, there we go. That one stuck to me automatically. Help me out. Thank you very much. It's still stuck to me. Cool. Okay, that's the only thing is glue dots nice to sort of stick together. All right. Right? She's over here laughing, I think with me. Are you laughing with me? Yeah. All right. That's a good thing. It's always to have somebody to laugh with. She could tell Jennifer about how the camera came off as it was starting and how she had to do a rescue for me. You know, that's what you get everybody grown for, is also they can come help you out as you get older. So that's a good thing. It means you trained them right. Okay, so we're going to just go ahead and glue this down.
Just to tell you, if you don't like stamp 2, there is stamp 3 and stamp 4.
Oh, there you go.
And then there's also
this is for our butterfly lady, whoop whoop, with a new paper. Okay, so we have that right there. So now we're ready to sort of place our hat. I just chose to put my red one on one end and my blue one on another end. And again, you can sort of stretch this just a little bit to see how you want to let it hang there. So we're just going to use our dimensionals on this. Use the larger dimensionals. Again, we had this, so I'm just going to put one at the top of the hat. That way I can place it above the string. And then I'm going to place the other one right below the hat at the edge down here. So that way I'll have my string locked in between the two. And if I get this on here right, stamping it. So I'm just putting it right there on the edges, okay? So we're going to see how this works. So I'm just going to do it like this here, because I want it down about there. And I want my hat to tilt just a little. So there you go. Got my string there. All right, there's hat 1. How you coming along over there, champ? You watching me? Well, you are going to make your own card, right? Because you're making this for your father for Father's Day. Okay, just making sure. Well, he doesn't look at Facebook. He's not going to pay attention to us. Well, you know what? If he's watching, Dad, if you're watching us make your own card, just fake it and pretend like you didn't see us doing it. All right?
Mhm.
A good fake will work. Main thing is your daughter's making you a card to surprise you, so at least act surprised. All right, last but not least is the red one. That's right. Well, he didn't know anyway. It's like, you know, we actually got Dad to made a card last week. That's true. Yeah, that's right. Dad made his first card last week. He sent it to a very special family member. All right, so as I'm looking at this, I'm going to try to make sure I get about the same distance. I'm trying to make sure my string is done and my hat is tilting just a little bit. All right, you might want your hat straight. So I just want mine tilting a little bit. All right, so we got that look there. So the next thing we have is what we created right here. We cut from the envelope, and again, we're just going to put some blue dots on the back of it to glue it down. Again, if you'd rather use the Stampin' seal, you can. I'm just sticking to what's in the kit right now because I like to teach you and work with the stuff you have in the kit, because the main thing about the kits is everything that you want to create for the designs they have in the box is in the kit. In addition to that, you still have enough supplies left over to make alternative projects like we're doing right now. So this is our third alternative project. We will have two more. It'll be next Friday with Teach Me Nana, and then the following Friday, and then we'll be on to our In Colors kit, the June kit. All right, so Nana's just tossing these little dots aside. Cleanup comes later. As Aunt Jennifer says, there's these little paper things everywhere, and she's right. Okay, now see, I don't know if you can see that little edge is still rough there, and I don't really want the rough edge on mine. You might, that's fine. I don't. So I'm just sort of trimming it off. Okay, I'm happy about that. I think I just wanted to trim something. All right, so we're just going to put this down here. Again, I'm just sort of spacing it about maybe 1/4 of an inch. I don't know, but I always line up my corners here. So that's the way if I know I'm straight or not, it's I can know that I should almost see a straight imaginary line to line up this corner. So there we have that there. All right, now we're ready for our banner that we created. Again, we're going to use the large dimensionals on this one here. Oh, you know what? Yes, that'll be fine. Okay, so I'm going to put one here on each side, and then one at the tip there. All right, so it's going to look like that. So I'm going to take the paper off here. Okay, let's see. I just wanted to cross over a little. I want it on the blue as well too. So I'm just centering it up. It looks centered to me. If it doesn't look centered to you, that's okay. It may not be centered, but to me it looks centered, and I'm going with it. All right. And she's yawning again. Okay, and last but not least is the bat. On the bat, I'm going to use the smaller dimensionals because of the size of the bat and all. As you can tell from the paper, this is actually larger than the bat. So I'm going to use the small dimensionals for this one. And again, these were in the kit, and we have plenty left over from previous kits. So I'm just going to put one there, and I'm going to put one further down the bat, about in the center. I just don't want these to show. And then I'll do one on the handle of the bat, because this bat's going to be freestanding by itself. And you know what? If any of that little white shows, like that did, I didn't get it correct, if you can see that. So it's hanging over, so I'm just going to gently pull it off so it didn't take the paper with it. And I'm just going to rotate it. All right, so you can still see a little bit of it. So all I'm going to do is fussy cut the dimensional. So I'm just going to trim it so I can't see it. You know, because I try to make sure all my stuff my adhesive is hidden, so you can't see it when you look down on it. So all I'm going to do is take my I can do this, you might be able to do it easier with your long scissors. I may be able to do it easier with my smaller scissors. It's most likely because I come in fun size. If I didn't come in fun size, I'm going to start going to bigger ones, but this works out better for me. Nana's all about fun size and having fun. If we're not having fun, then we need to change the game plan. Alright, so we're just going to put our bat, like I did on the other card, like this, in between the hats and this here. Okay. Alright, so the only other thing we have left is putting our embellishments, which are we have the red and yellow dots. Do you want red or yellow?
Red.
Red? Alright, we're just going to stick with the red. Alright, so I usually start, I'm going to ketchup dots. Alright, I'm just going to start in the middle. Yeah, sorry, you ketchup fans. And I'm just going to sort of center that. I'm just centering it between this line and this line. And then And then I just put the other two equal distance on the top. Again, I just don't push it down yet until I'm ready to really make it stick, and then I push it down, because at least I can still move it around. Once you press it down, you believe in, and I believe it, that these things really stick, so I'm expecting to survive going through the mail, handling it, and everything else, and these things not falling off. So just move it around any way you want to until you think you're just really happy about it, and then you press it, and it's there. And there is our third batter up alternative finished. So Father's Day is next weekend, so if you haven't finished yours yet, get on the ball and get it done. And don't forget to stamp the inside, which I almost forgot to stamp the inside. Which one do you want, Zoe? You want you're the greatest of all time, or you're the best? You're the greatest of all time. All right, that's what she wants on the inside of her stamp, of her card. So we're going to use this stamp. I'm going to borrow that block over there. Oh wait, you know what? Take the baseball hat off. I'll use it with baseball hat. All right, Nana did forget about this, so we're going to stamp the inside. I like to stamp the envelope too. We didn't stamp the envelope, so you'll have to decide when we go to stamp the envelope what we're going to stamp it with. You want red? You want blue? You want navy blue, red, or yellow on the inside? Because it's white cardstock, so you can use any of the colors. You want this blue or this blue? This one here, the navy blue? All right, she wants the navy blue. So we're going to do the navy blue. I hear you. Oh, you're going to wake up now?
No.
No? All right. Oh, my gosh. All right. That's why Nana loves you. I love you, all you guys. You guys are so silly in your own ways. But hey, at least we still have fun. That's the main thing. All right, and we're going to stamp this just right. Doesn't mean you can't still sign it. You still sign it. In fact, I'm going to make sure to leave space where you can sign it. And we're going to stamp it. And if she wants to, she can also write in her own beautiful handwriting, Dad, you're the greatest of all time, and then sign it underneath, or she can put X and O's, or whatever she wants to put. But there's your inside of the card. All right. With that, Zoe, is there anything else that we want to add today while we still got everybody here before we go off of live? If I turn the camera around without eating it? Yes. All right, so is there anything else? Nope. Just look forward to seeing everybody next week, because Zoe will still be here for Teach Me Nana next Friday. And again, on the 27th, we'll be doing Zoe and Nana live with the June paper pumpkin with In Colors inks and papers. So look forward to seeing you. All right. See you next week.
Bye.
Bye. And come join us.
F in the chat for ketchup lovers.